All right. What is going on, everybody? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, you guys are watching the one and only Paid to Drive and Paid to Drive Vlogs, day number 1145 coming at you. I hope you're all doing well. If you are a delivery driver in this gig economy for apps like GrubHub, Doordash, Postmates, Uber Eats, or any of the others, you should definitely be subscribed to this channel. I'll give you a second right down there below the video. Hit that red subscribe button. Turn on the little notification bell to the right and set it to all so you don't miss these updates. And of course, friendly reminder, please hit that thumbs up, like button down below. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. All right. So we're going to do something a little different today. I was watching my friend of probably like at least 2 years, Dino, from Saying It Like It Is. Some people love Dino. Some people don't understand Dino. Okay? The people that are like, that guy's just negative. Let me explain something about Dino. Dino is also from New York. And when you're from the Northeast, we tend to just generally be negative people just because we're all upset. But I've tried to move beyond that. I've tried to see the positive in things. But the thing is, if the things around you are generally negative, it's harder to be positive, even though we need to try and find a positive. So, if that didn't confuse you enough, because it's just the way it is, Dino made a video the other day where he explains the facts of how DoorDash specifically is screwing drivers and how restaurants are a lot to blame for these situations that drivers are dealing with. Remember, this guy, Dino's been doing this for 20 years now, all right? I've done enough talking. I'm going to play his video right after this, and I want you to go to his video, comment, say, Pay to Drive sent you, subscribe to him, of course, and I'll let him do the talking. Listen to the things the man is saying before you leave your hate comment and say, he's just negative. He's saying it like it is, literally like his channel name, okay? So, Dino, take it away.
Welcome, guys, to Saying It Like It Is. Before I begin today, I want to talk about the video with the DoorDash lady about complaining to the customer about the $8 tip, that she had to drive 12 and a half miles and she took her 45 minutes and she took the food with her. Okay? Regardless of the circumstances, if this happened in any restaurant, that driver will be automatically terminated and fired. And that's the bottom line. So let's begin. With any other company, but especially with DoorDash, because they're being so picky and they think they know everything, a long story short is that the system that they have, it's a flawed system. The formula of DoorDash is flawed. That's a long story, making it short. Restaurants have been in a business for 30 and 40 and 50 years. They know about pickup times. They know about delivery times. They have their own workers. They have their own drivers. They've been in the business for 50 years. They have payroll. They know everything that has to deal with delivery time, pickup times, how to deal with the customers, how to deal with the drivers. Okay? So they have stripes up their sleeves and they have experience. And they've been running for years and years and years and millions of restaurants out there. Here comes DoorDash. They just started 3 years ago and they know everything. They know better than the whole world. Okay? When the restaurant tells you that the delivery is going to take to the customer 45 minutes, DoorDash is going to say, no, that delivery is going to be 20 minutes. So who's right here? The restaurants that have been in the business for 50 years or DoorDash that just came out 3 years ago? They do not own restaurants. They do not make food. They have no experience in the food industry. So who's correct here? DoorDash or millions of restaurants around the world who've been running their businesses for so many years, and they've been on the scene before the gig economy. Isn't the answer so? The answer is so obvious as black and white. And there you have it. It's simple, guys. The formula from Doordash is flawed, it's crooked, and it's wrong. Period. In all the levels. And they do not screen drivers. They do not screen the drivers. When you go apply for a restaurant as a driver, you have to go there with an appointment. You have to sit down. The owner has to look at the driver, look at them physically, see the person, how they dress, how they talk, get a good sense of what kind of personality they have, and the owner's going to tell them how the deliveries are going to be running. He'll tell the driver how to talk to the customers. You got to talk to the customers nice. You got to smile to the customer. If the customer doesn't tip, you don't ask the customer for a tip. Some customers are not going to tip you, but for the most part, you're going to get tips from the customers. No matter what the case, just if the customer never tips, you brush it off and come back to the store for the next delivery. That's it. Do you get all that with DoorDash and GrubHub and the rest of them? No. They don't screen anybody. And that's why you're going to have some knucklehead drivers. Okay? And the same thing applies with customers as well. How is it that owners never take 100% the side of the customer, and they never take the side 100% of the driver either? There are some situations that I've seen owners personally curse the shit out of customers when the customer is at fault. And they curse the shit out of drivers when the drivers are at fault. They never take 100% of the customer or the driver's side. Okay? Wherever it's due. If the customer screwed up and the owner knows about it, they have more experience on it, they'll let the customer have it. If the driver screwed up, they'll let the driver have it. So why is it DoorDash always takes the customer is the saint? The customer cannot be in the wrong ever. The customer is 100% right, and the driver is 100% wrong. The driver is the big bad wolf, and he's the sinner. You see? So their formula is messed up and wrong. And that's why it's not working. That's why you're seeing a lot of lawsuits with DoorDash from customers. You're seeing lawsuits from drivers with DoorDash, and you're seeing lawsuits from restaurants with DoorDash. So the whole world is suing DoorDash. There's got to be a reason. And the evidence is right there. And there's the facts. The facts are right there. The facts speak for themselves. It's just plain and simple. You tell me, well, how is DoorDash and GrubHub, how can they screen workers? They have offices in every state. They can have 3 or 4 drivers a day show up at the GrubHub or DoorDash office for an evaluation. Have them sit down. Look at them face to face, mano a mano. Okay? Get a look at them, see how they dressed, how they talk, the personality, to get a sense of this guy, even though he's an independent contractor, he's going to be representing us because he's going to be holding that DoorDash bag or that GrubHub bag, and it has our name on it. So even though he's an independent contractor, our name is on that bag. Our reputation is on the line. We want to make sure we got decent drivers. But they don't do that. They'll just hire anybody. And usually the good drivers are the ones who get deactivated, and the screwballs like her, who complain about $8 and take the food back, she's probably still working for DoorDash. How about them apples? So their formula with DoorDash, it sucks. Their formula is flawed, and it's wrong. And that's why it's not working. Okay? Mr. Tony Shu, because you have college degree, you do not know everything. Okay? The restaurants have been doing this 30 and 40 and 50 years before you showed up in the scene. Before you showed up on the scene doing the deliveries, you're telling me you just came on the scene 3 years ago and you know that that's going to take 20 minutes. Well, everybody in the world is saying 45. You know better. All of a sudden, 3 years you've been in this company with DoorDash, you guys know better. And the people who've been doing this for more than 50 years, they're all wrong, and DoorDash is right. Do you see that there's a problem with that? Anybody can see there's a problem with that. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's simple, and the facts speak for themselves. And that's it. And the stuff about Pete from Pay to Drive, he talks about that how people don't get it. Okay? I'll make another video about that. And I'll tell you why that goes on. Okay? So some of these people think they live in a land of unicorns and rainbows. We're not living in that utopia. Okay? They don't see how the whole world is screwed up and how messed up it is. But that's a story for another video. The fact is, when you pick up food from franchise restaurants like Burger King, Taco Bell, what's the other one? Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, compared to the pickup times from regular restaurants, they're two different animals. The franchise restaurants, they make the order when the driver shows up. And that's when they begin the order. That's how they have their system set up. Chick-fil-A, they don't start the order until you show up. Burger King, they don't start the order until you show up. Popeyes, the same thing. When you go to other restaurants, they already started making the order before you showed up. And most of the time with those regular restaurants, when you show up, the order can be ready and they give it to you and it's right there and it's ready. But with the other franchise restaurants, it's never the case. You have to wait. So why are you giving 20 minutes for a restaurant with the same distance to the customer? Let's say, for an example, 20 minutes from that Chick-fil-A to that house, compared to another restaurant that has a different time, the way they make the orders. You're giving that 20 minutes compared to the Chick-fil-A one. You see what I'm saying? You're giving the same delivery time from restaurants who make the orders after the driver shows up, compared to the restaurants where they make the order can be almost ready, or it is ready when you show up. Those are two different times. There's different types of restaurants making food in totally different times. But the delivery time is the same for that distance. That formula is a childish formula in all levels. They're running it like a high school kid. That's what DoorDash is. The behavior of a high school kid. That's it, period. On every level. They send you notifications. Do you have 2 items in that bag? While on the app it says, please do not open the bag. Well, I'm going to have to open the bag to see if there's 2 items in there. No, do not open the bag. The bag is sealed, please do not open the bag. Okay. And then again they ask you, but do you have those 2 items? I mean, it's a game of cat and mouse with DoorDash. It's like a game of 10-year-olds. If we cannot open the bag to see if there's 2 items of that item in the bag, how are we going to know? X-ray Vision? We're going to look through the bag and see if there's 2 items in there? We have to open the bag and physically look in there. Some smart ass is going to come out and say, well, you could ask the people there at the restaurant. I'm way ahead of you. I've been doing food business for 20 years. If you ask anybody there if all the items in the bag, you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, yeah, everything is in there, so they can brush you off, so they can get you out of the way because they're busy and they got to do something else. And there it is. You're never going to win this battle. The driver is not responsible for the items that are in the bag, period. You're not a packer. You're independent contractor delivery. That falls on the restaurant. Anything that's missing in there, it falls under the packer. Okay? DoorDash can say all they want, make sure if there's food and that. That's not your job. You're a driver. You're not a packer. Period. So on every aspect and level, the way they have running their formula and all avenues in there, it's running wrong. And it's flawed and it's not working, and we're seeing the results. We're seeing the results. So there it is, guys. It's just so simple. It's so simple and easy. The answer is the system sucks. Mr. Tony Shu, he never sat down, take some time off, have a social visit, go to your local restaurant, sit down with one of the owners, order a drink, and talk with the owner and get an idea of how businesses are running, how delivery times work, what time they give to the restaurant, what the restaurant time gives to the customer for deliveries, and get an idea of how to run your company. And then run your company. Don't run your company because you got a degree from college and all of a sudden you know everything. And that's the problem. People getting these college degrees and they think they know everything, and then it bites them in the ass. So we're seeing the results from all the Pay to Drive channel, all these videos. We see that with UDM. We're seeing that with my channel and a lot of other people who have YouTube videos, and all the complaints from all the drivers and customers. We're seeing all the news and articles about restaurants suing DoorDash and GrubHub, and drivers are suing DoorDash and GrubHub, and customers are doing the same thing. Why? Because the ultimate answer to all this is that their formula that they're using to run their business is wrong and needs to be fixed from the ground up. Period. That's it. And that's it for this video. In my next video, I'm gonna address about all that stuff that Pete is talking about, that he's trying to understand why people are giving him drama about why he says, oh, DoorDash this and DoorDash that, and all the negativity and all that. I mean, that's all there is right now. When their formula, the gig economy, it's crooked, it's wrong, and it's flawed, it's going to keep, they're not fixing it, so you're going to keep having the same issues also this year, and you're seeing a decline in their formula. As time goes by, things are getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So the answer is they need to destroy that formula that they have, and they need to come up with a new way of how to work their gig economy companies, how do they work their system. They need to fix the system, and the way they have it set up, they got to change it from the ground up. And that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.
There's negative Dino, negative Pete, right? Spitting the truth. Listen, guys, the truth has never been all about sunshine and rainbows. It is what it is. Everybody says, ooh, we scare everybody. Ooh, everybody's paranoid and everything. Guys, it's reality, man. We are living in some of the craziest times in history right now, at least the craziest of our lifetime for most of us. And the fact is this, these companies, just because like Dino says, Tony Shu, just because you got a college degree doesn't mean you know the restaurant industry. You knew how to build an app and to connect drivers with restaurants and customers, but why are drivers being deactivated left and right? It's not even the driver's fault most of the time. Now, literally, I'm getting emails every single day multiple emails every day of people telling me they're being deactivated, of people, and for the fraudulent thing, number one, that's like the number one thing, that people are dropping off orders and then they go around the corner and they get a call from Doordash or GrubHub saying, oh, the customer said they didn't receive the order. Boom, deactivated. It's reality, guys. It's reality. If you don't want to hear it, don't watch the videos. What can I tell you? You got to wake up. Everybody's talking about getting woke or whatever. You got to wake up, guys. This is the reality of things. Seriously. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Go check out Dino's video. I know this was a very, very long one. But I do have to thank all of our patrons over at patreon.com/pay-to-drive. We got Millard Norton at $100 per month, Ultimate Driver. And then, of course, we've got also, who do we got here? We've got Tulsa Todd, Heidi Barnes, Brian Pomeroy, William Boudreau, Justin Case, Sarah Keston, Alan G. Van Horn, Scott Freisner, Drew Hanor, Stephen Neely, Frank Haviland, Jason Casta, Sherry Cassidy, Terry DeLong, Anthony Bliss, Nick G, Jenny Thomas, Matt Epperson, and of course Terrence Pacheco. And of course, if you want to sign up, links in the pinned top comment or in the description. And of course, guys, comment 333 if you've signed up on the Get Upside Gas app. Comment 444 if you haven't yet. Pump your gas, print out your receipt, take a picture of your receipt with the Get Upside Gas app, and within 48 hours or so, you'll get anywhere from 15 cents to 45 cents a gallon back, which is pretty fantastic. And if a friend or family member signs up using your code, you'll get paid every time they pump gas. It's called Get Upside. Links in the description down below. Make sure to download it. And of course, go to pay-to-drive-store.com, get yourself a t-shirt, a hoodie, something. Everything's on sale. If you made it to the end, comment END 506, END 506, and of course, get that money, get that honey, keep hustling, keep bustling, and we'll see you guys next time right here on Pay to Drive and Pay to Drive Vlogs. Remember, guys, the truth hurts, but sometimes knowing the truth can save your ass. Remember that.